Hey everybody, Professor Steins here, and today this video is going to be about making this flyer Information Technology Summer Camp. What I've got is a flyer that a graphic designer put together for me, so I have it as a kind of a PDF document, and I also have it as a Photoshop document, a PSD. So the plan here is to kind of chop this guy up, make it into a web page. That way next year when we come around, we just maybe have to change some links or something like that, some information, and we don't have to like recreate the flyer from scratch or anything like that. So that's kind of the plan, is convert this flyer into a web page. I'm not quite ready for actually dealing with the flyer yet. What I want to start off with is something called Yeoman to get something started, make it easy for me to work. So if you've watched any of my previous videos about Node, it'll kind of help you get started a little bit in it. Anyway, basically I've been playing with a lot of different libraries for Node. And so I kind of like this Yo Web App thing that we're about to kick together real quick. So Yeoman itself doesn't do a whole lot, but it does is it kind of opens up a way to create builds and things. And one of the better benefits of it is it uses generators. So this is the one we're going to put together today. This is Yeoman Generator Web App. It's by the Yeoman people. You can kind of look out on their website and stuff. There's some other kind of getting started and how to make things, and this is essentially right under the getting started. That's kind of where we're starting off at. So I've kind of done a lot of these things already, and I've got a folder called IT Camp on my desktop, and that's where I'm going to be working at. So that's kind of where I need to start. I just need to run Yo Web App, and it should get everything kind of started up. And it might take a little bit. I do kind of want to take all the default options here, probably by unselecting, let's see, let's try it without Bootstrap and just go with a kind of a basic site. Go with Enter. And I do want to use jQuery, just in case. I do want to use it. So in my folder, it's kind of creating and putting some stuff together. This is the IT Camp folder on my website. Root, and definitely a lot more files in here that weren't here last time. You might end up coming up with some dependency errors in the midst of this. You need to make sure that you have Git installed, and it might tell you to install some other packages globally too, such as Bower. But hopefully should get you through it pretty quick. Still kind of running. Should be able to kind of run that command too if you really need to figure some stuff out. But I think for what I'm going to need it for today, just to kind of streamline my process a little bit, hopefully it won't be too bad. The plan is that it's going to replace something that's kind of there already. So if I go to IT Camp, this is kind of what we had last semester. So kind of like the design, a little simplistic, but gets the point across. Hopefully our new flyer will look a little bit better. And then maybe, this kind of breaks the template of the website, so maybe even be able to kind of stick it inside the 960 width of a normal page on the MGA site. That way we would still kind of get the header and the footer. So the goal is to kind of recreate the flyer, hopefully make it fit in the middle. I'm thinking like 960, but hopefully we'll be fluid enough, it won't matter. Yeah, we'll figure it out later. Oop. Let's check on NPM, see how it's going. Still looks like it's still running some stuff. A lot of the warnings don't really matter unless you see a warning in here really about something being broken. And you might just have to run an update command. Browse through and read a lot about NPM. It's actually going ahead and installing stuff too. let's look at some of the files that are here. So package.json is going to be kind of in defining our folder. I also have a program called Visual Studio Code installed, and so it's really easy to kind of just do cmd code period, and what this command will do will open up Visual Studio Code and attach the current folder as a workspace option. And, should go here. Might have wanted to wait until after it got done running. Package.json is going to show everything that is required. Most of them are development dependencies. There are some other things that are kind of required in here. Gulp file is kind of going to build up this stream and make it all pretty seamless and automatic. Taking in gulp, it's kind of our stream reloader. We're piping in a lot of results, making a lot of rules. It looks like we're about done over here. It looks like npm finished, but maybe Bower is still trying to install. There we go. So it should be kind of done now. If I type in gulp, if you get errors in here, you might want to make sure that you've got Babel register installed globally. So what that did is it generated a distribution folder that kind of has a minimized version of the kind of a blank basic website. If we wanted to look and see it, that would be gulp serve. Gulp serve is actually going to serve our source code though. And our source code would be in the, lost my folder, in the app folder. So this is basically kind of like our source code, index page, styles and scripts. There's a lot of kind of magic that's going on here. Source code, we have a SAS file, SCSS, kind of a lightweight and way of programmatically doing CSS. See, it's not highlighted in Notepad++. It actually will be in Visual Studio Code. Let's go back and look at it this way. So, app folder is our source code. This is our SAS file. Kind of see the nesting rules are a little bit different here. There's H1 tag nested inside of hero unit. That's kind of what's going on there. Let's see. Blank website, not a whole lot to it. Just kind of a little default there. And that would be our index.html file. I really debated if I needed to make the recording window bigger this week, or for this video, just because there's kind of so much going on. Let's see. So let's start with like a hello world. Just kind of see the auto reload in action. And it's kind of neat how it will split to multiple lines. Information technology. Summer camp. Let's see, I actually did kind of pick myself out a font already that I wanted to use. So I need to kind of retrieve it out of my email, I guess. I forget the name of it now. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Eh. I actually spent a long time hunting down this font. So if I can find it real quick. Hopefully nothing too bad in my email. Let's see, send it to myself. And this is it. Syncopate. And I'm just going to throw the link in right up at the top. And to put it in my style sheet, it'd be this one. So in my here file, let's see, put a variable up here at the top. My fonts. I think that works. I'm not sure if I'm using my SAS variables right. SAS is really neat. It's called pre-processing. Essentially, you're making programmable CSS. So, yeah, it is kind of that with that. Kind of declaring variables at the top. So that's going to be my font. And throw that in there. Whoop. There we go. And let's take a look back at our page. I guess I didn't get it on the H1 tag. Doesn't look like I did. Summer camp does. Let's see. No, it's there. It's not quite what I was thinking it was. Maybe I did them in all caps. Let's see. Could do it this way. CSS, text, transform, uppercase. I really have no idea how long this video might be. Information technology, summer camp, H1 needs to come down a little bit. Also kind of need to fix some other stuff here. Let's see. Width 300 pixels, margin 50, auto. Is there some... let's call this guy wrapper. Go back and look at here. And it's going to be in the header section. Probably should just kind of make my own, want my owns to be. So let's throw a header, slash header. Kind of looking at my, got it on my other side of the monitor here, so let's see, gonna have MGA Summer Camps up at the top. This will probably be my link back to the home page. This will be kind of down in the middle, maybe in a section tag or something, just a div tag. This should probably be my header. Yeah, let's do that. So just put a div. I can always come back later and change to other ones. So let's be one for header though. I kind of don't like the indentation in Visual Studio Code, to be honest. Sometimes I feel like it's working against me. So I'm going to put a header, but then I'm also going to put a div inside, and that's going to hold an image to that guy. MGA School of Information Technology. Do-do-do. And we're going to want that inside of an A tag. All right. Put some comments in here and wrapper. See, got no image there. Need to rip this guy out of the Photoshop document. So if I'm looking, use my V tool to choose select. You can also kind of get it from, I think it's just a little pointer tool over here at the left. Oops, mouse got sticky. I know enough about Photoshop to be dangerous, and that danger is going to come by right-clicking and choosing MGA Summer Camps Alts, which I'm pretty sure is that image. Right-click, duplicate layer. I'm not going to create it inside this PSD. I'm going to create it inside of a new one. Give it a name. So that's a MGA Summer Camp logo. And it's going to make a kind of a based on the original source. So kind of Control plus to zoom in a little bit. I just want to get my crop tool, come in and kind of take that guy. I kind of want to go in a little bit closer and make sure that whoop. I didn't want to turn it. So I know enough about Photoshop to be dangerous. Hope that's close enough. Could come down just a hair. Make sure we don't cut off the bottom of that camps on the P. Oops. I don't think my computer likes Photoshop recording at the same time. Let's see. So we're going to crop that guy, take it down. I'm going to save the PSD to somewhere, desktop. Let's just save it on my desktop. That's fine, maximize the capabilities. But the real thing I want to do is I want to save for web and devices. This is going to bring up a nice little neat tool. I'm going to make sure that this guy is PNG and can support transparency. Click Save. This one is going to go into the folder we're working on the desktop. It's IT Camp, App, Images, and we'll stick our logo in there. While I'm here, let's go ahead and do the same thing for the background image. That's V to get the pointer tool back, or you can get it from over here. That's where I was looking at in the little bar here. And you can just right click on it. This one's the background, I think. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. So I'm going to select that layer, do the same process, right click on it, duplicate layer, go to a new one. And then this one's going to be, I guess, a PHP background. That's the language that's sitting back there. Same deal, I'm going to pull out the crop tool and take at least down to where I feel like the transparency is not going to matter anymore. And crop that. Save it to the desktop. Save for web and devices. Set it to PNG, transparency. Not really worried about file sizes quite yet, and it's probably going to be pretty big still, but we'll deal with that later. Still at about 5 meg. We'll deal with that in a minute. So we'll go ahead and save it. PHP background. Hopefully I don't kill my computer. Alright. Should be enough to kind of get started. I should probably also figure out what my background colors are. So I'm just going to double click here. This is going to be that blue color. Copy that guy off. Go back to my sheet, my style sheet. Call it my blue. I could just I think that'll work. And okay, whatever that was about. Let me get that PDF out of the way. My blue, and let's make one for my green. And my green is going to be, hit cancel here. That's going to be the apply today. It's looking like it's this one right here. And snatch that green out too. So, I'll call this guy Shout. Kind of want to have some similar styles here, I guess. I took it out, but I do kind of want it back, I guess. So that's header. I'm going to call this one Shout. Oop. That's a class. Let's go back and take a look at that. I want to take off. What do I want to take off? I really kind of want to take off a lot of it. I don't like the width there. That's one thing. I don't have a wrapper rule. Max width of 960. Let's Let's put the background color to be our my blue. Oop. Oop. Background. Got those confused. Fingers are just not wanting to feel it today. Let's see, background color blue, which is fine. Foreground color, let's go with white. If this guy does not need a background color, then kind of mess with my CSS a little bit. Well, I really should just kind of get all my HTML together first. So shout section, thinking we're going to have a paragraph tag under here with some font icons. Just going to put font icons for right now. Then I'm going to want to kind of create a row. I'm going to call tab. There's going to be some way custom CSS. This is where Bootstrap would probably be a lot better. Tab. Make a grid layout. Div class equals row. Div class equals call 50. So why not? Oop. Didn't want to take it away. I want to make two of them. And then inside each one is going to be a paragraph tag with the text in it. That's June 21st and ampersand 22nd. Macon campus. (8 a.m. to 5 p.m.) Breakfast and lunch included. Could use a small tag here, I think. Would probably be okay. Break tag. Rising 9th to 12th graders. Sub tag 9th through 12th. Graders. Oop. And we're going to be having robotics, mobile app development, which is actually very similar to what I'm doing right here. Game development, which is not too dissimilar from what I'm doing here in a lot of instances. And digital video production, which I will have no arguments telling you I don't do a lot of video production on my videos. Alright. Images folder should have my two images, summer camp. Let's throw those guys up there too. It's images / MGA summer camp logo PNG. I'll have a closing div tag for that guy. I really should. Div. I actually have not checked myself in the validator yet, have I? Let's see, image is there, a little big. It does exist. If I'm looking at CSS file, background, It's actually going to have a background image on it too. So that's background image URL from the CSS file. That's /images/php background.png. I'm thinking single quotes here. Background, repeat, no repeat. Doesn't look like it's working. Let's take an inspect to it, close out my console. Don't need to see it. No JavaScript in here yet. I got a wrapper class. CSS looks good. A tag, no background on the body. Let's see. Must not be liking our attributes. It's there. Why is it not showing up? Caching issue, maybe? Okay. Background color's got to go above first. Background color. Oop. Alright, kind of getting there a little bit. Background position. Top center, I think. Let's put a rule in here for images too. That would be image max width of 100%. Wrapper, I do want a tag on it. It needs to have a background color of blue too. Well, my blue. It's going to cover up my image for the most part. I didn't put any style rules on wrapper, did I? Max width, margin 0, auto. That should center it into the page a little bit more. Right. Let's give that image a class and size that sucker down. That's .home logo. 25%, and float it to the right.